Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Artie Aster from B Sharp and C, and I want to do a reaction. This is going to be a cold reaction because I haven't heard REO Brothers do this version of the song yet. It's the song "Radio Gaga" by Queen, one of the few that were written by the drummer. And it's weird because this is actually not my favorite song from Queen. In fact, they did perform it on Live Aid, Live Aid or whatever, back in the '80s. And it was considered a big hit of theirs, big enough to do in that venue. But I've never really identified with the beat and the melody of the song. But I've watched a few episodes, or I should say, I've watched a few performances of the REO brothers doing different songs, and they usually do a decent job.
One, two,
So
one,
let's give it a
two,
listen.
three, four.
Pretty good replication of it.
I see you alone and watch your life, my only friend, through teenage night, and everything I have to know. I heard it on my radio. You gave them all those old songs to us of them, invaded by Mars. You made it laugh. You made it cry. You made us feel like we should fly. So don't be caught a background noise, a background for to get us involved. Just don't know, or just don't care, just complain when you're not there. You had your time, you had the power, it's not too hard to find.
At this part, the drummer's coming, not the drummer, the bass player's coming in and doing some backing vocals during this part as well. Um, I really like that bass player, by the way. And for some reason, the bass and the drums are kind of what's popping out to me. Then the singer, excuse me, I've been sick. Um, because I've been traveling a lot lately, going from cold climate to warm climate. um, but the singer's got a real raspiness to his voice, and I like that. I like that. I bet you he would do good doing blues. When you get a raspiness to your voice like that, not like this, but like that, you do good with blues.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Boo Boo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio blah blah. Radio was new. Radio, someone still love you. We watched this show, we watched the stars on video.
This guitar player has a slide on his fretting hand, so we'll see what he does with that. I noticed something interesting. A lot of keyboard players, when they just have to play a chord with one hand, if I have to do that, I'm using my right hand, and this guy here used his left hand, to play the chords, and that's good. That shows the type of keyboard player he is. You know, he probably plays jazz or likes jazz because when you have to play a chord with just one hand and you choose your left hand, it's because you're used to playing chords with your left hand, and it's because with your right hand you're doing other things like melody and things like that. Um, so I would guess, I don't know, but I would guess that he does jazz. So far this is a really nice performance. I really like it, and it's funny. I'm looking at it from a different angle because the song by Queen is not one that I actually like. So now I'm looking deeper into the performance to see what I can like from it. And this keyboard player right here with the white shirt um, doesn't have an easy job. That little um, is it's I don't want to say it's the timing of it is weird, but there's a lot of room for mistake because you have to place that perfectly into the song, and it's very sporadic. It's not an actual chord. It's just a you know. And he has to keep it up throughout the song. Well, that singer would do blues really good. It's just vocals and drums right now.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga. Radio wants to, someone still love you. Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga.
Oh, I love that bass.
Have your time, have your power. You've got to have the finest hour. Radio, radio. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga. Radio wants to, radio, someone still love you.
Okay.
Love you.
Fantastic. Lead guitar and vocals, RJ. And they've done some traveling. They've gotten a lot of global recognition, which is Well earned because of their hard work, and they really do like doing the Beatles. So that's RJ, lead guitar and vocals. They should put down who's the lead vocals, and I believe it's RJ because he's the only lead guitarist, and he was the one singing. But you see how everyone contributes to the vocals. But that what I like to see because I'm a psycho is lead vocals for RJ and then backing vocals for these other guys. Unless, but in this song, it was RJ doing the lead vocals, which I think, and I'm growing to actually appreciate his vocals more because I noticed something in this song here. I noticed that he has a raspiness, a thick raspiness that he can just lay on to his vocals almost at will. And man, that makes me think of like Johnny Lang and other singers who use a raspiness in their singing when they do the blues. And now I'm really thinking, are the REO brothers known for doing blues covers? Not really. I mean, they do the Beatles. If I go to their page, let me just go to their page and I'll show you what it looks like. Videos. Tons of Beatles stuff. Paperback Writer, Revolution, Last Train to London by ELO. Wouldn't it be nice for the Beach Boys? An Abbey Road medley. The Beach Boys, the Bee Gees, the Beatles, the Beatles, the Beatles, the Beatles. Yeah, I would love to see that guy sing some blues because I think he has the voice for it. When you can sing, and there's something about raspiness in the blues. The blues more than jazz. I've heard jazz singers with raspiness, and it's nice, especially if it's like neo jazz or like rock jazz. But the blues, man, I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. This was a really, really good performance. I think I paid more attention to this performance than I have with other songs, simply because the actual song I'm not crazy about, but I got more out of this version because I was, analyzing it, looking at it, and to me it was just great. The post production work was great, and the engineering was great. Something I want to mention real quick before I end the video. I've gotten a lot of comments that like, I should go back to giving songs scores. I've gotten comments about how I'm doing Epica. I'm doing like this symphonic synergy concert of Epica, doing one song at a time. And someone commented and said, "You don't need to do this." Okay, we get it. Um, I want to do that. Number one, I want to do it. Number two, I think I've had like 40 comments saying, please continue to do song after song after song from the Symphonic Synergy concert. So I kind of go by the majority. If the majority was saying, would you stop this? Then I wouldn't do it. But like one or two people saying, okay, we get it, that you like the Symphonic Synergy concert. But that doesn't, I kind of go by what the fans are actually wanting. And it seems like the fans really like that. And it seemed like the fans were not a fan of my giving marks. Like, oh, this song was a 9.7, this song was an 8.8. And then people would, and I got a lot of comments, especially with bands like the Mission Souls and other bands. Oh, you gave this a 9.4? Really, not a 10? And then they give me this absolute insulting and scathing comment. And it's like, you know what? I'm not doing the numbers anymore. I'm not going to mark or grade the songs. I'm just going to focus on the performance. So let me know if you have any recommendations in the comment section. This is Artie Aster from B Sharp and C.